Here's the instructional video for the floating dollar bill. You've received a card wrapped around with a spool of invisible thread. Now I'm going to show you how to go about stripping that, how to decide upon where to put it with your anchor, and where to place it in your cheek, and how to actually make the bill float. So let's start. To begin, you're going to want to strip a single thread. Now this might be slightly difficult at first, but just play around with it and you'll eventually find just one. Hopefully you can see this against the sheet. It's a little bit difficult, I can tell with the shadows. Now, to begin, we're going to anchor it. So I'm going to anchor it to this box of cards, just like I've anchored the dental floss, because that's what I'm going to use to perform in a moment. And to ensure that when anchoring this, that the tape doesn't actually ever slip out of the anchor, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wrap it around the tape a few times. So you can begin by just putting it around and starting to wrap it around the piece of tape. And then you can continue by taking the tape and just putting it around the invisible thread. Doing that for about 4 or 5 inches should be more than enough. It shouldn't go outside of the anchor point by that point because you've got so much wrapped around. So that's probably about enough right there. And now I am ready to anchor that piece down. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that piece on. At this point, this is the way you want to keep moving the thread back and unspooling it. Bunch it up, move some back, and then pull it back. Be nice and gentle. Now you have an anchor point already, so you don't have to worry. You can keep moving back with it. Keep on pulling back, bunch it up, and take more and more off. Just like so. I left some of the thread up so you can see where the anchor point is. Otherwise, you'd obviously want to have a full piece of tape down. I just wanted you to see where it was. And you keep on going. You can see that right next to the white sheet, you can see that invisible thread. Now that's the setup. You're going to keep going with that as far of a distance as you need, and you're going to do the exact same thing I just did with the other piece of tape, and you're going to wrap it around, and you're going to take that piece, and you're going to either put that piece behind your ear while you're just holding onto it, or even better, put it in your cheek. Let me show you where you're going to put it when you're not performing. So, for instance, I'm using dental floss here, of course, so you can see it as opposed to invisible thread. You're going to place the piece of tape. It's anchored on one side to the deck of cards here. I'm going to place it into my cheek, right down in the back near the molars. So it's almost like when you go to the dentist and you get an x-ray and you bite down on those things. So it's way in the back, out of sight, out of mind. You can't even feel it. So it's in the back. If you place it properly, I have dental floss, so it's a little bit bigger. But normally you should be able to talk completely normal. You should be able to drink. You should be able to even possibly eat with this in there because it's out of the way. It's on the side of your mouth. Now to perform the effect, what you're going to do is you're going to borrow a dollar bill. And you're going to fold it down onto the thread. You're going to fold it, and then you're going to give it a light twist. Okay, I'm just giving it a twist so that it stays intact, so that the thread can't get out. Now at this point, dental floss is a little more difficult to work with than invisible thread. It doesn't slide through as smoothly. To make the bill rise, all you need to do is pull the thread taut. So the way to do that is just move your head away. And that gives the impression of the bill rising. To make it drop, simply lower your head very steadily. And it can look just like it's dropping down. Let me move this back a little bit so you can get a better view. You can move your head from side to side and thereby make it move. You can also make it come back up through the rings just by moving your head up. Pass through, show up and down. You can make it animate, moving up and down your arms. Now here I'm just moving my body around the bill. I'm not moving the bill around my body. You can bring it down. You can, if you'd like, stick it to your finger. All different animations, levitations, and finally, if you want, you can make it just drop right down. Snap. Take it off the thread, hand it back to your spectator. You can go ahead and put the deck of cards in your pocket. Well, I'm still hooked up to that one, but you can put it away in your pocket. and you're all set and ready to go for the next table or whatever occasion you're performing for. You reset right away. There you have it, floating dollar bill.